All right, hello. My name is Ruben, and I want to share with you my journey of how I conquered Asperger's.
He's not psychotic, he's autistic.
Well, enjoy your big evening.
Penny, I realize you're also on your own tonight, so if at some point you find yourself with nothing to do, please do not disturb me.
You know, I thought you were like Bill Murray in any of his films, but you're more like Michael Douglas in any of his films.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you have Asperger's.
Hello, my name is Ruben. Welcome back to my channel. This is Ruben Poon Coaching. Normally, I talk about how to unlock your maximum potential, but today I am actually going to talk about how I unlocked my potential and I conquered my diagnosis of Asperger's. A lot of you know or have heard me speak, and a lot of you have been so amazing saying that I am so, kind of charismatic. I'm an amazing speaker. Thank you so much for those words.
Two of you. All right, how you guys all doing?
And a lot of you would not have ever guessed that I was diagnosed with Asperger's in my 30s. In my, actually up through my 30s, even now, I still have a lot of social awkwardness to me.
All dogs are blue now. Every single dog in the world is blue.
But back in my teenage days, it was really bad. So one of my best friends actually in college said that talking to me was like pulling teeth.
Yeah, you did.
Yikes. But that's how bad I was. I, didn't understand social dynamics. I would do really weird, random things.
Penny.
What's up, Buttercup?
People always said that I would tell jokes that went too far. I wouldn't understand kind of the social dynamics, what was going on. And that's just kind of how I was. I would never look people in the eye.
I'm sorry.
I was shy. I was awkward. I didn't have a lot of friends, especially growing up in elementary school. I had kids who always made fun of me. And that's really just kind of how I was. So you see all these pictures of me growing up, you can kind of have an idea of how shy and awkward I was. If any of you who are watching, you knew me when I was a teenager or in college, please comment below. Let people know how awkward I was. So I'm not just making this up, but I want to share how and what I did to really overcome things. And now that I look back on it, I can see, you all know that I love Gallup CliftonStrengths. And I wanted to share how I look back on my life and I can see the top 5 talent themes that I have and what I used, how I used them to overcome my weakness of these, social skills, and how I was able to become really good at different things that I do. So the first example I want to use is when I was in high school, one of my first jobs was in sales. I worked for Good Guys. If you are familiar with Best Buy, it's kind of like Best Buy, but you get commission. So I worked a sales job, and what do you need to do to be good at sales? You need to talk to people.
I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand it?
So that was, of course, the one thing that I really wasn't good at. So what I did to overcome this weakness was I used my CliftonStrengths talent themes, even without even realizing it. I didn't even know what Gallup or CliftonStrengths was at the time, but I naturally did these things to become successful. So here's what I did is with my top 5 talent themes, number 1 is I had achiever, and I could see myself being able to achieve, and I wanted to accomplish being good at sales, wanting to sell things. Number 2, my futuristic, I could see a potential or possibilities of me being good at sales, and that really drove me, that gave me motivation. Number 3, my competition is like comparison. So every day my manager would give me, or I could see where my numbers were I stacked up, where I ranked compared to the other salespeople. So I can see that if they are here, I need to be here. And that really drove me to sell more, to, become better at sales. And number 4 was learner. I love learning random things. I love geeking out, but part of learning is teaching. I love teaching other people things so I could teach people about Dolby noise reduction, or if they should get a PlayStation or a Sega Genesis. Then number 5 was individualization. And I kind of inherently knew if someone was coming in and they just wanted to get in and get out, this was just a Christmas gift, Christmas present, or if they wanted to actually learn about things, learn about the TV, learn about cassettes, Dolby, things like that. So those were my top 5, and that's how I became really successful. I was actually number 1 in sales, not only in this job, but in another sales job. I used the same way that my brain is wired to be successful in those. And not only those jobs, but in other jobs that I've done. I've done photography for big names like Louis Vuitton. I've been a pro makeup artist. I've had magazine covers. I've done production where I rose from being just an intern, never having done production, to being the director, the person who was overseeing production for 8 campuses with hundreds of, maybe like 100 or so, 100 plus volunteers and a big team. I've taken and used Gallup CliftonStrengths finders to become successful. And one of the things that I used CliftonStrengths to see success is in personal and social interactions. I use my CliftonStrengths to overcome Asperger's. So those weaknesses of, understanding social dynamics, of being shy, even, not being able to talk to girls, what I did was I used my same top 5. I literally sat down and I studied social dynamics. Like, okay, I'm supposed to shake someone in the hand or look them in the eye. This is what I do when I talk to girls. This is how to ask a girl out. So I really learned these things. I would learn social dynamics. Now, what most people pick up on do naturally, I still have to kind of think about it. I still have to, the other day we had Friendsgiving. I got invited to that. It's my, day to be social. And I had to remember, okay, I need to say bye to everyone before I leave. Things like that still I have to really, not as much force, but, be conscious about doing those things. That's a little bit about kind of my Asperger's, my journey, and how I conquered that. I'd really love to know your journeys. Is Asperger's something that you were diagnosed with? Is this something that you deal with? Do you have a family member who is going through something like this? I'd love for you to comment below just so I can hear your stories. I'd love to, know what you guys are going through. A good friend of mine said, hey, you should, I should share about my story, my journey, so that other people can hear about it and see the ways that I overcame it, the ways that I conquered it. So if any of you are curious to hear a little bit more about my journey, about the ways that I really kind of conquered Asperger's, again, I'd love to hear from you. I would really also appreciate if you subscribe. I love doing this channel. I love learning. Things, and in teaching you guys these things to really unlock your maximum potential the same way that I did for me. So please subscribe to this channel, and I will see you for the next video.